Hello YouTube and welcome. Okay. Let's try it in ATP. Okay YouTube. Hello and welcome to GTA San Andreas review. Maybe one of the better games out there. Some say it is one of the best games. And here we go. We're playing it on a GT210 on a 1080p resolution. And yeah, I actually didn't expect that it will run that great. Yeah, 35 FPS is not that good, but it's not stuttering, it's not lagging, pretty stable 35, so not that bad. But yeah, so I think San Andreas is one of the better optimized games. So yes, going into the more demanding part of the city, but yeah, 35. So yeah, dropping FPS on 720p. Also, there is no point, because yeah, it will be about 100, over the 100 FPS. And the settings, yeah, the settings is a minimum. Yes, everything is off. So yes, I double checked the recording, and in the recording looked like a stutter, but it was pretty strange because in the game you cannot feel that. So it was just in the recording. But yes, I trying to test a 720p. And yeah, 60 FPS is 60 FPS actually. Yeah, you cannot compare with that. When you actually, yes, when you are a PC gamer, the 60 FPS becomes the standard. And yes, there is no going back from there. So 60 FPS is much more pleasant. Yeah. And yeah, actually in the more demanding city it drops to the 60s. So if there is a lot of action, a lot of shooting, I don't think that 1080p will be appropriate. So because yes, 720 there is no problem. And yeah, hey, that's what I wanted to say. Look at the VRAM. VRAM only 400 megabytes. That's actually strange. That's very low. but yeah, the graphics card is almost maxed out. So yes, the CPU is actually 80–90% sometimes. That's crazy. So yeah. Yes, I think that this card is... all of the games is more appropriate on 720. If you want a really solid 1080p experience, you need to buy something more powerful. Even on these old games from 10 or 20 years ago, but yeah, still. So, well, this card is from 2009, so these kind of games would be... well, San Andreas is in 2004 was released, so it is only 5 years old for this card, so San Andreas is not that old to the GT210. So yeah, 720p, I think it would be more appropriate. Okay, I think enough of my ramblings. This was the GTA San Andreas from 2004. So, okay, another great game called Obscure. And this game is also from 2004. And strangely, it is running fine on 1080p. So that's pretty interesting. Well, this game is, yeah, it is... well, it's not a fixed camera, but this kind of games, Resident Evil style, they're not really demanding. So that's that. What is my... map? Yeah. So yeah, there is no point to test this on 720p because it's running fine on 1080p. So yeah, that's pretty good.
There's nothing left for us here.
Yeah. And still, 400 megabytes.
What's going on at the school?
Let's find Friedman.
Stan, what are you doing here?
No, I said it in my notes. One, I can get the same only $50.
Hey, stop clowning around.
Why are you hanging around? Something wrong?
What? Haven't you seen in the hallways? The monsters creeping around? It's a real hellhole.
Oh, dog. I know what you've been smoking. But you need to stop.
But don't tell me you didn't see anything. You didn't notice anything bizarre?
Yeah, everything I see up in this place is whack.
So what do you think those noises are? I'm not kidding. We can't find Kenny.
What? You better quit jerking me.
Even Mr. Walden was injured. He had to go to the infirmary. We're stuck here. We've got to tell Friedman if we want to get out of this school.
Whoa, your story's starting to get interesting. All right, I'll go with you, but you better not be punking me. Okay, I'll go with you.
Alright.
mind going to the meeting point?
So yeah, this game was also pretty good. Yeah, a classic horror game about the crazy monsters in the school. So yeah, well, this is not a fixed camera, but it is pretty similar to that.
I got this. I can pick this thing. This should be no problem. There's something else I can pick in the corner.
Yeah, well, it's not 60 FPS all the time, but
This damn thing.
yeah, this kind of game runs fine on 30 FPS as well, so there is no problem about that. 45 is perfectly normal. Okay. Alright, and the light is 26. But yeah. So this game is fine. Obscure. Okay, let's jump to the next game. This was Obscure from 2004. Okay, so this is the Far Cry 1 from 2004. I started it with that 1080p. So let's see how this GPU will handle it. Because it was pretty demanding back in the day. This was before Crysis, when, you know the saying, if you have a pretty low-end PC and you want to test it, and people say, can it run Crysis? So back in the day was, can it run Far Cry 1? But yeah, it was in the very old days. But yeah, it looks pretty fine. Yeah, first-person shooter. Yes, first-person shooter. I don't recommend to play any less than 60 FPS, but it is not that bad. I don't know how it looks in the recording, because San Andreas looked even worse in the recording, but now that I'm playing, it's not that bad. Yeah, you can see how the armor is affecting them. If you shoot in the bulletproof vest, they cannot die. You need to shoot them in the head. So that's pretty good. Oh crap! Alright, but you can actually engage in the action, and it's not that crazy. Explosions is happening. People are shooting at you. But of course, I want to try the 720p. Oh shit. Okay, we need something. Yeah. So that was interesting. Alright, so this is Far Cry 1. 720p. We'll see how this will work out. Okay, that's more like it. 60 is over 60 FPS. Yes, and also the settings is minimum. Everything is on low. Everything is on low. I only changed the resolution because this kind of card you can't expect anything actually. So yeah. And yes, the VRAM is only 300 megabytes. That's pretty crazy. 300 megabytes of VRAM. But yeah, on 720p. Okay, that's more like it. Who touched the... Okay. Yeah. That don't make you a better gamer. 60 FPS don't make you a better gamer, but yeah. 60 FPS on Far Cry 1. That's crazy. The game is from 2004. Don't touch that alarm. What? Who pressed it? Okay, that's enough of that. This was Far Cry 1 from 2004. And it is well-known Half-Life 2. Oh no, yeah. Now we are experiencing lagging. Alright. So 1080p no go for Half-Life 2. Okay. Okay, there is no point of testing that. Okay, so this is 720p. And this is fine, 60. Oh, over the 60 FPS. Yes, and the settings is minimum. Everything is disabled. So, yeah. So, yeah, you could actually play some games on 720p and turn on something, maybe textures, or let's turn something on. Let's say model detail high. Okay. Don't see a lot of difference. Another thing, texture detail high. Yes, that would change. That should change something. Yes, that looks a little bit better. Turn on something else. Shadow detail high, yes. Alright, and still 60 FPS. So, yeah. So, yeah, you could game a lot of older titles. No problem with this card. It's just that it don't really support 1080p. But on 720 it is pretty alright. Yeah. Let's turn something else. Let's turn some things. Alright, still 60. Yeah. So... that feels pretty weird. Maybe 1% lower. Not that high. Or, yeah, I need a little bit of that. So yeah, 720p, no problem. And it can also run on high settings. Yes, Half-Life 2 on high settings. So yeah, these are the settings. 720p. And yeah. Multicore. Just... yeah, so... is even better. So yeah, Half-Life runs no problem. Okay, so this was for Half-Life 2 from 2004. So yes, this is the Painkiller, and it can run on high settings, but on 720p. Yes, so this is Painkiller from 2004 on 720p. And it can run absolutely fine. Yeah, so these kind of arena games was pretty popular back in the day with Quake 3 and Doom as well, I think. So yeah. This was a Painkiller from 2004 and it runs absolutely fine.